What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Effin' Nerds podcast, episode 6. And let me tell you, the world looked a lot different when we released episode 5. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, we're in the purge now.
We're definitely in the purge now. Mm-hmm. Dude, what is going on?
Well, hi, everyone.
What is happening?
I don't know. So, last time, we were just saying that we haven't shot in a while.
Yeah.
Contrary to popular belief, we don't have it all together. It takes us some time to put the episode out. So usually we shoot. Mm-hmm. It takes a couple of days to edit it and all the fun stuff that our 13 viewers.
We've been pretty good about putting content out like each week.
Right, pretty much. So we haven't shot in about 2 weeks.
About 2 weeks, yeah.
And boy, it's been a long 2 weeks.
That it has.
There's been a lot of memes talking about how like, oh, March feels like it's lasted 3 years or whatever. It has. Like, yeah. It feels like every week is a year. Right. I don't even know what day it is anymore. I was talking to a client last night. I was like, he's like, can you have it done by Friday? I'm like, wait, what day is it? Like, yeah. I was but yeah, it's bananas. BANANAS.
Well, it's crazy to think because when we were shooting episode 5, that's when the news broke that first the NBA was suspended, and then Tom Hanks and Rita Wilson.
That's what happens when you fuck with Tom Hanks.
Exactly.
You do not fuck with Tom Hanks. They fucked with Tom Hanks, and the world went to shit.
It just went upside down.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it really makes no point in going over it, but literally every single movie that was planning to come out from now, and now we're into June, has been delayed. Every movie that was in production has been shut down indefinitely and will most likely get delayed. So, bye-bye release dates to Matrix 4, The Batman, like all, I know, it sucks.
That was my heart breaking.
And then, yeah, any TV that was in production has been shut down now.
Any kind of get together, social gathering, events,
Right. Sports done.
Yeah.
Olympics postponed.
But like even any party I throw, only like 7 people show up, so that's still fine.
Well, you're still good then.
Yeah, so I'm fine. Yeah. So any of the stuff that I had planned is gonna be like.
It's gonna be okay.
Yeah, it's gonna keep going on.
At least the world is still turning there.
Yeah.
So in an effort to kind of combat that, because right now majority of the like theaters are hurting right now, and the industry itself is hurting. They've basically released anything that had come out in February and March is now available to, at least majority of it is now available to purchase and or rent.
And some movies are now going straight to streaming.
Yes.
Like we saw, I know we were really looking forward to Trolls World Tour.
Yes.
And, now we can watch it from home.
I'm watching from home now. It's going to be awesome.
And that's what kind of worries me is kind of the whole, look, there's a lot of stuff going on, but in terms of the movie theater business, the kind of comfort mentality of getting a movie sent straight to home. It was already somewhat established with like Netflix and stuff like that. But we're going to kind of start to fall into that territory. And, we're going to see what happens. We don't know. But it's a little scary of what could possibly happen in regards to big major films getting released.
Right.
Like that. The whole notion of the movie theater experience could possibly not be gone. But, I mean, it's going to be hurt no matter what. But yeah. It's going to definitely cause a shift in regards to what's going to happen moving forward.
And I think it's like whenever things do get back to some like normalcy, it's going to take time to get back up to speed to where we were. And then also I think what's going on now with all the movies that are now out for rent and or, available for purchase, this is almost like under these horrific circumstances, this is like a test run, which is what studios have been wanting to do for the longest time. And that's to test this out and releasing brand new movies like Birds of Prey and The Way Back and Onward. These movies, I think they're about $20. Amazon did a thing where it's now called like theatrical on demand.
Right.
Where it's like these theatrical movies are now available and you can just go on there and just pick which one you want.
Which is interesting because when you look at it, like who do you think is going to benefit most from that? I imagine it's the studios, right?
Yeah, it's not going to, I mean, the theater owners are really like...
Right,
that's what's hurting right now.
People always like, well, I've also read a bunch of articles of how, people essentially say how movie theaters are a candy business because that's why everything's so fucking expensive.
Right.
Bucket of popcorn.
That's where they make their money.
That's where they make all their money.
Did you read Christopher Nolan's essay? How he did?
Yeah, he's a fucking stud.
Yeah, he is. He basically wrote an essay saying how much that when things go back to normal, we as movie fans really need to get back into the theaters to support it because right now, you think about all the people that it affects, and it doesn't just affect the theater owners. What it affects is the concession guys and the people ripping tickets and the projectionists and all that kind of stuff.
Right, and that's that's what kind of worries me because I feel like it is very possible you can kind of go and you almost get a routine. and you're essentially feeding people this sort of routine that they can watch a movie from home, any big blockbuster. And then as far as to whether that becomes the norm, because we still don't know how long it's going to last. Let's say, hypothetically speaking, we're in this for another like 2 months, 2-3 months, right? Think of all the movies that are going to be released in that sort of 2-3 month span that could be released straight to on demand. Wonder Woman got pushed back to August, only 2 months.
Right.
For all we know, this thing could go way past August.
It could.
And what if Wonder Woman gets released straight to on demand? And then it's like, again, that talk comes in like, a movie that one of my top 5 anticipated of the year, I can literally just throw my feedback in my living room and put it on. You know, it's that kind of comfort and that mentality that I'm scared is going to become too like of the norm for people, and it could possibly just kind of turn that switch off in regards of going to the theater for that movie theater experience.
Yeah, I mean, I do think that there are some people who do like it, but I think I at least hope that there are plenty of us that still love to go to the theater and want to see these movies on the big screen, and watching it from home. It's not going to be the same. No. It's not going to have that same impact. And I will tell you, the other thing that kind of scares me a little bit too is there's been talk for years, probably even longer than that, about movie studios literally buying theater chains. So like Disney buying AMC, like Warner's buying Regal, just for possible examples. If that happens, the whole landscape changes. Everything changes. I think what you'll see is, if Disney buys AMC, that means AMC is only going to show Disney movies,
right? Because they're going essentially just going to put their
and
not only Disney movies, but Disney movies are going to be on the forefront.
And they get priority, right. And that also scares me too, because we don't know how long this is going to last. We don't know what kind of hit these companies are taking, and they might need someone to bail them out.
Get desperate,
like a desperation thing to kind of save the company. So I hope it doesn't get to that point. It doesn't look like it's going to get to that point.
Well, they asked, I believe, they asked for some sort of like relief bill or something like that.
They did, from the stimulus package,
something like that.
And I mean, I don't know where it's going to go. I don't think we'd ever see anything like Black Widow or Wonder Woman or any of these other really big movies come out on streaming, because studios still have agreements with theater chains for, things are under contract. I think with these smaller budget stuff, like it's fine. It's fine to let that go, especially like Bloodshot. Like Bloodshot came out literally the week that this coronavirus really hit.
Yeah.
So it was just like, all right, just to recoup some of this money, like we're just going to put it on streaming right away. And that's kind of how it went.
And also like the way back, which was I believe the week before, like again, it's just wild. Like we just literally saw this movie, like, oh, now we can watch it again.
Right.
It's just like that whole everything's just like different and strange and weird. It's literally like The Purge. It's like 28 days later walking out to the empty streets. Like it's just nuts.
Yeah,
everything's nuts.
It's bizarre. It's bizarre. Well, I was telling you too. I went to Best Buy the other day to pick up. I had pre-ordered 1917 for
overrated
for a Steelbook. Definitely overrated, but still a good movie. Yeah. And I pre-ordered it like months ago, and it was like, if you don't pick it up, you basically lose your pre-order. We refund you. I could have done that, but I was like, let me just go. You could do like the curbside pickup. It's so weird, man. It's just so weird. Like driving there, the parking lot being completely empty. And then you could either like walk up, and if you walk up, they have a table at like the entrance door where you just kind of walk up and be like, hey, I'm picking this thing up. And they just go back into the store and get it to you. Yeah. And just walk, Best Buy, it's like the size of a warehouse. So just having that experience of just like really just standing outside waiting for them to get what I asked for.
It's like, I want to go inside and play with the cameras for now.
Yeah.
You can't.
It's like, what? You can't. Yeah. It's just so crazy where things are at right now.
It makes you think for a while. Like we hear talking about movies, like you're almost in the movie. Like so much stuff that you watch and that you experience, and you're just like, it's happening.
It's happening.
And it's kind of,
it's surreal.
It is surreal.
It's very surreal.
And you're just like lost all the time. Like mentally, you're just like I was saying before, like I'm just like, what day is it?
Right.
We were watching a movie the other night, and I'm like, bro, I feel like it's Friday, and it's fucking Monday.
It was Monday.
Yeah, and I'm like, but why? It feels like straight up Friday right now, just because like the vibes and everything. But
yeah. Well, to deviate a little bit, so I saw Booksmart for the first time.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I've been telling you about it forever.
It was hilarious. It's been called the female Superbad, and it definitely is. Like, and I don't
for now.
And I don't
contemporary.
And I don't mean that as like a disrespectful kind of thing to say it's like, oh, it's the female version of this, but it's very good. But it kind of follows the same like beats and plots and everything. But like the two leads, like that's where the movie is. Yeah, they're so good.
Like Superbad's not that old.
No.
But when you think about like what is like 12, 13 years old, I think it came out
2007.
Yeah. So, but even 13 years, which were a time that we were alive and fully conscious of what was going on,
Mm-hmm.
like we can remember back to that, like it was high school.
Yeah.
And
You just see how much it's changed.
how much it's changed. Everything's changed.
Yes.
So it's almost, even though it was like just 13 years ago, it is like a modern kind of contemporary take on Superbad.
Yes.
But with females.
Right.
And they kind of change everything, and it's awesome. And
Yeah.
I've seen it a long time ago. I've been telling you to watch forever.
Yeah.
I'm glad we finally got to saw it, and you enjoyed it because it's a good movie, and it needs to be like.
Yeah. Well, and the fact that it's on Hulu.
Yeah.
I think if anyone has Hulu, you can definitely check it out now, which is cool.
If you got those Disney bundle packages, go check it out.
Yeah.
So, it's a lot of good stuff on Hulu.
There is a lot of good stuff on Hulu. Hulu, I didn't like. I remember I was browsing through like what they had, and I was surprised at their collection of movies they have. It's really solid.
A lot of good like indies.
And then like even bigger stuff too, like A Quiet Place is on there.
Quiet Place on there. They got some, like some of the Mission Impossible movies, like a nice little, and then some good, well, obviously TV stuff because that's mainly what it originally was. I
Right.
believe. So definitely check out Booksmart if you haven't. You're quarantined. Might as well check out some of the good stuff that's on some of these streaming services.
Absolutely. So with everything that's getting like delayed right now, I'm curious as to what it's going to look like where some of these movies are going to end up, how far back things are going to get pushed. Because as of right now, you had a lot of movies that were already set for the fall. Anything that was supposed to come out in April has now been either delayed indefinitely or is coming out on streaming. May, which is an exciting time for us. It's the first month of the summer movie season is gone.
Yeah.
There's nothing coming out.
Shot.
It's basically completely
almost
shot.
like recently. I want to say in like the past couple of years, I feel like April has kind of started off.
April. Well, April's supposed to be No Time to Die, which is now Thanksgiving.
We don't even know if it's gonna stick, but
we
they
don't even know if
jumped
it's
on
gonna
that shit quick.
It did jump on that quick,
Yeah,
and I think it was
did.
smart too because it locked down a spot that usually James Bond movies open up in, so it'll still be successful. I think what Wonder Woman is doing right now is smart because if everything goes well, and hopefully it does, and this thing starts to the coronavirus starts to dissipate,
Coronavirus!
and things kind of go back to normal a little bit. It's going to be one of the first big movies that people are going to be able to go see in the theater again. And I think it's going to make so much more fucking money now.
But do you think there'll still be a little bit of like fear interpretation to go see it?
There might be, but I feel like that I think we're going to be quarantined so long, I think, that people are going to want to get the fuck out.
Yeah. Worm's coming. Scares me. I'm so proud.
And that's going to be, people are already hyped for it. And the fact that it's going to be now one of the first big movies you could see on the big screen again, I think it's going to make like tons of money now. Even way more than it was. The other thing that was interesting was when they made this push, Warner Brothers announced of all the movies they're shuffling around, Tenet is still staying put. Tenet wasn't supposed, I think it's coming out like mid-July.
Mid-July, yeah. It's my birthday.
It's your birthday, yeah.
Yeah.
But I think that the fact that we're already into June and things are getting pushed, there is still a good chance that Tenet could get pushed. And if it does get pushed, I believe it was Forbes made the argument that it can go to kind of like September, October, and then it could be poised for a big awards run because of where it's positioned, kind of like where Joker was.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was interesting too, because that might mean that they might push Dune out of its December spot.
Gotcha.
But
speaking of awards, the awards this year, the upcoming Academy Awards are going to be very interesting. Because
it's going to be interesting.
There's going to be little to no competition, and it's just like...
Would you see what the Globes did?
No.
They basically threw out their guidelines for what counts as a movie to get nominated. So because of unforeseen circumstances, now things that might have been released theatrically that are going to go to streaming can get nominated now. Gotcha. So there's
I feel like that's probably going to be
what the. I mean, it's still really early for the Academy to make that decision. But if things progressively get worse and more things are delayed, I think you could see that happening.
But I think that makes sense because that's really probably the only thing you can do. Like if it was initially intended to be released in theaters and it's going to a streaming platform, then because I really would hate to see like Trolls World Tour get snubbed.
Yeah.
From the Best Picture Oscar. So
I think it's locked in at this point.
I think it's
yeah. I saw that trailer, man. You could lock it.
Bro, the talent is there. There's no. I'm sorry, but there's no competition.
So I know we talked about how a lot of these movies are now going to digital and they're costing $20. Is that too much money?
No, I don't think so. See, like for our situation, like I was saying, like if we each split a movie, it's like $7 a movie, $7 a person.
Right.
For the movie, it's not that bad. I don't think so. And also, you also got to realize like it's per household. It's not really like individually. So let's say if I buy it on like Prime or where are they going anyway? I don't even know where the fuck.
It's everywhere. You can go to iTunes. You can get them on Prime. You can get them. Although I think some of them aren't available to buy. Like I think like Invisible Man. I think when Universal first dropped theirs, which was Invisible Man, The Hunt, and Emma, I think they were all for rent. I don't think they were to buy. They might have changed that now, but at first it was like $19.99 to just rent for 2 days. Which
but
to
that's
me,
like a movie ticket though. Right,
basically.
And also, in like let's say I still want to see Emma. I haven't seen it, but let's say us three want to see Emma, right? And by us three, I mean me, you, and my imaginary friend. Like we wanted to see Emma, and then we had a couple other friends who also wanted to see Emma. We can be like, hey, look, we're renting it for the next 2 days.
Yeah,
jump on it if you want to see it,
right?
And then we can watch it. Then they can watch it. So then I don't necessarily like if it was some sort of situation where you can just rent it and then view it only once, then it really goes back to it's a movie ticket,
right?
So maybe it might be a little too expensive. Maybe knock it down a couple dollars, because I believe like the average movie ticket in the US is like around $12-13.
Yeah, I think it's. I don't know if it's gotten that high. I know the national average a few years ago was only like $9. Because if you think about some places
like Ohio,
like I was gonna say like where we live, like we just live in one of those areas where shit's just expensive,
right? Because I was looking at, maybe it was what I was looking at in terms of IMAX, but I remember earlier this year I was looking when I was like trying to figure out how the fuck does AMC A-list benefit studios. I was like trying to find out like the average and everything, and I saw like around $12, but that could have been just IMAX. Because like an IMAX ticket here is $25.
Right. Doing a quick Google search, the national average cost of a movie ticket, and this was from 2018, was $9.11.
Okay. So then if it was like a one-time thing where you rent it and then you watch it once and it's gone, a little one pump chump, then maybe too much. But I think in regards to like, hey, we're renting it, anybody who wants to watch it, you literally have 2 fucking days to log on and
right,
because everyone shares their fucking information.
Pretty much. Well, the reason why I asked this is Hollywood Reporter they polled like a bunch of people asking them like what's their typical price range, and obviously people are going to want it for cheap. You know what I mean? So I think it was between like $5 and $8
that they want
is what people are willing to pay. Yeah.
Yeah. See, I think it's way too low,
especially for movies that like Trolls World Tour that is coming out straight to like digital, like that's a brand new movie that was supposed to be in theaters. Like, of course it's going to cost some money to buy it.
But like I said, if it's like a 2-day rental, I don't think that's too bad. I think that's fine, because then you can watch it with your kids. You can tell your whatever friends who have kids, like, hey, if you want to watch it, go ahead. But if it were like a one-time done thing, then I would probably say knock it down a couple bucks. Yeah. Maybe I mean, people pay for Netflix like $12 a month. Yeah. Some do. I have the fucking $19.
Yeah.
But knock it down to like maybe like anywhere between $12 to $15, and I think that'll probably be a little bit more. That's if it is like a one-time situation.
Right.
If there is like a 2-day window where you can rent it and watch, I don't think it's that bad.
Yeah. You saw what China's doing, right? How they are basically re-releasing Avatar, all the Avengers movies, and I think it's Interstellar.
All the Avengers movies?
All the Avengers movies. And then Inception and Interstellar to try to get some of because they're reopening theaters now that the coronavirus has kind of dissipated a little bit. So now, they're trying to get people back into theaters since there's really nothing new to watch. They're just re-releasing some of the big...
Bro, how would you feel if Avatar takes back the top spot from the China re-release?
It might, but Endgame is also coming out at the same time.
I know. So speaking of Avatar, though, this shit's been getting delayed forever, and now it's gonna get delayed even more now.
I don't know if it is, because 2 is in the bag.
No, I was reading yesterday that the studio in New Zealand, it's essentially closed.
Oh, you talk about like for all the post work and everything.
So they can't really do any work.
Gotcha. Yeah. Well, I was wondering that too, like for movies that have completed already. So like the Suicide Squad, like James Gunn finished it, so I'm sure he's probably editing it, but maybe they can't do any post like special effects and
unless
things like that.
Unless there's like a big like sanitizer thing at the doors of the studio.
99.9% detoxified water.
But these special effects take like a bunch of people to do.
Yeah, it does.
And I believe like it's confirmed that King Shark is in it, right?
Mhm.
So that's a completely CG character, unless they got some high demand actor shark from that we don't know of.
Like Street Sharks.
Some say they're just no good. Half shark, half man, fighting evil. That's the plan. Street Sharks.
Oh my god, Street Sharks. Is that on Disney Plus?
I don't know. I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, I fucking love Street Sharks. I had the action figure when I was little.
Dude, so did I.
Which one did you have?
I had the blue one.
I had the gray one.
You had the gray one? Okay.
The gray one, yeah. The one with like the stripes on his back.
Yeah.
No, actually, no. Maybe it was the blue one too.
Yeah.
It was like a light blue.
Yes.
There was that one. There was a hammerhead.
Uh-huh.
There was
Yeah, because I think the blue one was like the great white.
Yeah.
It was like the great white head, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that shit was sick.
Yeah.
I wonder if I still have it somewhere in my house. Probably. I doubt it. I highly doubt it.
But yeah, so I don't know, all the articles I've been reading, it's all been about, the movies that were in production, but I haven't really seen anything on the movies that have finished production and like where they're at in terms of, in terms of like their post work.
I don't know, man. It's
gonna suck, man. It's gonna suck because all these movies, basically Keanu Reeves' day is ruined.
Batman's ruined.
Yeah,
like we got Matrix and
John Wick 4,
which was gonna be awesome.
Yeah,
like doing that arguably could have been the best double feature of all time.
It's not even an argument. It would have been the best double feature of all time.
That could have been awesome, but maybe some other time. Maybe like it'll get released to like the same day still. So it wouldn't be like.
I mean, it could like the thing with the Batman and the thing with how Matt Reeves works is he uses CG, but he uses it the same way Nolan uses it, in that he tries to shoot
very minimal.
He tries to shoot as much in camera as he possibly can, and then everything CG is used for is meant as to like just support, like maybe change a background, or add some structures here and there.
They're like they're big practical sluts.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, they had finished shooting in London. They were moving to Scotland, right?
Glasgow, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, I don't know. I honestly don't know. Everything is at a complete standstill. No one really knows what's going on. So, it's just all... We're in limbo. We're basically in limbo.
We are in limbo.
And we need a kick. We need a kick to get us out.
Give him the kick. What? Duncan.
Well, what would you think that kick's gonna be, bro?
I have no idea.
Maybe if we make a small film and then release it to the world.
Maybe.
Put it on the YouTubes.
We could put it on the YouTubes.
Maybe we can do our Dracula story.
Yeah. So to maybe talk about something a little more fun, George Miller, I actually just read this today. George Miller is still gearing up to do his Mad Max spinoff Furiosa, and he's been talking with Anna Taylor-Joy to play Furiosa.
A young Furiosa?
Yes. Because apparently it's an origin story, Furiosa, and he's been talking with her. And I would be all about that shit.
Yeah, I mean, who doesn't want Anna Taylor-Joy?
Yeah.
She's a fucking treasure. And she's becoming like, kind of like the new Jamie Lee Curtis, like this kind of scream queen, so to speak, in all these sort of like horror franchises. And she's a babe.
Yeah.
So, like, why not?
Yeah, she's been crushing it, too.
Yeah, she has. Hopefully we'll see her New Mutants movie at some point. It's been, what, like 3 years
I'm
now?
actually surprised that Disney hasn't just said, you know what, it's going to come out on Hulu, or we're just going to drop it.
But I think,
like, to pay for.
Also, this is kind of my theory. I do think they kind of stepped in a little bit once it was acquired and maybe did some stuff to kind of polish it up.
I mean, according to Josh Boone, the movie hasn't been touched. No reshoots were done.
Okay.
Like he said, the movie
no reshoots at all.
No reshoots at all. He said the reshoots that was planning to get done didn't happen, and the movie is still in the state that it was when it was supposed to come out like 2 years ago.
So it's the OG cut.
It's the OG cut.
Huh. That's interesting.
Yeah.
So why? Yeah. Then I thought that they were kind of holding out in terms of releasing it digital because they wanted to make some of that money back.
Right. It could just be that they haven't really just made the announcement yet. It could. I mean, I'm sure that everybody in every studio are having conversations every single day about what to do with some of these movies that are coming out. But the thing is, bro,
if you post that shit on digital, that shit is getting watched ASAP.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that's what I'm saying. So,
yeah.
Maybe they really just want that movie theater experience. Who knows? But we'll see.
It could be that it's in the cards. Like I said, they just haven't announced it yet. Yeah. Because, you know, as we get further along into our quarantine time, more movies are getting announced that they're coming out sooner. Like Sonic is now getting released earlier. Bad Boys for Life is getting an earlier digital release. So I think it's just a matter of time before.
See, that's what I'm telling you. It's like that. Like if New Mutants were released, I'd be excited.
I would be too.
Yeah, and I'd be like, dude, the second that drops, we're buying that and we're watching it. And again, it's like that excitement. Like that is something that's possibly troubling in regards to like, you know, how everything's gonna. I think for us, not so much, because we're definitely we're gonna prefer the movie theater experience over sitting on the couch and watching something. But you know, not everyone's like us. You know, we're special.
I think a lot of people would though. Like I
hope so.
I think maybe that's where we were saying before is I think these smaller movies, I think they're the ones that are in trouble of losing that theatrical experience. I think it's the bigger movies I think are always going to be on the big screen. That's what's going to always happen. But stuff like The Way Back and, you know, other things like that, I think we might never see these in theaters again.
Yeah, but on the bright side, if, like I was saying before, if these streaming services do get a little bit more circulation in regards to everything that's going on, because everyone's home,
right?
Then, you know, maybe financially speaking, if they can probably put a little bit more back in these smaller films and then give it like a limited release on theaters, which is essentially what's already happening.
Yeah.
You know, with like like for example, Irishman, like they threw all this money in it, but there was that contingency, like, hey, we're still gonna give it that little bit of a theatrical push. I believe like if it has that like sort of theatrical quality, I think they're definitely going to put it in theaters no matter what.
Right.
So if the thought of some of these smaller films was always like this movie has to hit theaters, and it probably will.
Yeah. You
know, for maybe a week or two, and then if it gets legs, maybe a little longer.
Right.
You know? So then again, it's up to us to go support these smaller films.
Right.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting to see how everything sort of gets in terms of like kind of density and saturation, where everything's going to fall. What's going to try to avoid what. It's going to be a little bit of a turf war.
It's going to be a free-for-all, I think.
Yeah.
Like where, like, I don't know, these movies that are getting postponed.
SpongeBob's raining around.
But yeah, like you know, movies like Spiral. Like, is that now going to open up in October, going up against like Halloween Kills?
That's what I'm saying. It's going to be a huge turf war,
man. Like, is the fall just going to be like, there are six different movies going to come out on like a weekend?
I feel like once a sort of major clarity in regards to when everything's going to stop or when theaters are going to open again, it's just going to be a fucking madhouse.
It's either that or this year is now basically going to be what next year is going to look like. You know, I think a lot of movies that were supposed to come out this year are just going to get completely pushed a year, and everything that's in production is also going to get pushed that year. So everything's just going to get shifted.
Right. I saw Nightmare Alley also got.
Everything, man. All this good stuff that was that was in production or getting ready to go into production. That's the thing that scares me too, is sometimes when things like this happen, like when the writer's strike happened, so many movies that were ready to go just completely lost funding and never happened.
It's going to happen, bro.
Which is going to suck.
I think it's definitely going to happen. In regards to like how big these... I mean, I don't know, but I'm almost 100% positive that some movies are just gonna like lose their life.
They're gonna get completely canceled.
Yeah, whether it's scheduling, financially, whether it's release date, something. It's right. Going to. A lot of movies are fucked.
Yeah, it sucks, man.
Yeah,
it really sucks.
And it's tough. Yeah, it's tough.
So obviously, all of you are now sitting at home wondering what to do with yourselves. Why not watch a movie? Adam released a list of franchises that you can binge, which is really cool. And
Hyde did?
No, Adam. ATOM.
Oh. I was like, Adam released that.
Yes, Adam Huttenberg released his franchises to watch.
Which his company, Adam Huttenberg Enterprises, sponsored our latest clip.
They did.
So we appreciate that.
So they basically gave a top 12 of franchises that you can just roll through. I guess it's like these are like the longest running franchises.
Bro, I don't care if it's not Fandango. I'm not interested.
Yeah, what's with your hatred towards Adam?
I don't have a hatred towards Adam. It's just like I'm a Fandango slut, ride or die till I die. I've been using that shit for like 15 years, printing out the tickets on the little slow computer after the AOL thing. But then Adam comes in and it's like, oh, buy tickets here. And I'm like, nah.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here. Fandango, forever.
So some of the ones you could do are Halloween.
Yeah, I've seen every single one.
Every single one?
Many times. I think AMC every like X amount of weeks. Like weeks, my guy.
Yeah.
Not like season. Like
they'll
every
go through a full
X amount of weeks, they'll release all of them like on a weekend and you can just...
What was when we were watching this past Halloween with Paul Rudd?
Oh,
Which one was that? Was it Halloween
that's the
5?
curse. That's no. So it's Halloween, then Halloween 2, then Season of the Witch, then Revenge, then 5 is Curse. So I believe it was 5.
Okay.
No, it's not. No, Revenge is the one when his niece, when she transforms into a spirit at the end, and then 6 is a different one.
Well, no. So you've got.
Yeah, there's one between Revenge and Curse.
Okay. Well, I'm pretty sure that I think they've cut some maybe they cut out the ones that are really bad, because they have listed here Halloween, Halloween 2, Halloween 3, which is Season of the Witch. 4 is The Return of Michael Myers. 5 is Revenge of Michael Myers.
Okay, boom.
Then it's H2O, Resurrection. Then the Rob
Oh, so
Zombie
they cut
ones.
out the Curse
I think they
one.
cut
They
out
cut out
Curse
the
one.
Paul Rudd one.
I think so that's what
That's
it
the
is.
Paul Rudd one, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because 4 and 5 are essentially his like niece, I believe. So those two are the same characters in that continuing story.
Or maybe Adam just fucked up and they just missed it.
Maybe.
Yeah.
So Adam doesn't have it. It's
Adam
not
doesn't
IMDb.
have it.
Yeah,
No.
see? Stupid Adam. This is exactly why you get... I bet Fandango wouldn't have missed
Yeah,
it. Fandango definitely would
We're
have
gonna
died.
mess this up.
Yeah, but that movie is...
Horrendous. But it's hilarious.
something.
It's fucking
something.
hilarious.
Bro,
Though.
that scene when she jumps out the window gets me every time.
Hello, dear.
But yeah, 4 and 5 are like kind of continuing story characters. Then that one is the one that just like it's like its own thing, and Michael's like some like demon from when like the stars align and all this nonsense. And then H2O is I actually like H2O.
H2O is not bad.
Pleasure, yeah.
H2O is not bad.
I fucking love Halloween though. Instead of Halloween, what else?
But yeah, just running through it. Friday the 13th, which has a boatload of them.
Okay, can I guess how many Friday the 13th movies there are?
Yeah, man, go for it.
Okay, I'm going to say there's 16.
12.
Fuck! There's 12?
There's
I
12.
thought there was so much more.
No, only 12.
Well, Adam, you can't trust them, obviously.
Maybe you can't trust them.
They probably fuck.
Maybe they missed a couple.
Wait, run by them real quick.
Can we run through them?
Yeah.
All right, so you got Friday the 13th, Friday the 13th Part 2, Part 3, 4 is the final chapter. Then you have A New Beginning. Then you have Part 6, Jason Lives. 7 is A New Blood. 8 is Jason Takes Manhattan.
Okay.
Then you have Jason Goes to Hell, Jason X, Freddy vs. Jason, and then the remake Friday the 13th.
Okay. Also, the remake, underrated. I know a lot of people hate on it, but I will stand by it forever. I love the remake that they did.
I actually don't think I ever saw the remake.
What?
Yeah.
It takes place in Jersey also.
Does it really?
Yeah. Actually, I don't know. I don't think they all took place in Jersey. I'm not 100% sure. But
Where's Camp Crystal Lake?
there is a Camp Crystal Lake over by like by Bayville, like central Jersey. But I don't know. But yeah, it's fun. It's a good one. We should definitely watch it.
Yeah. So then, like I said, you got the Harry Potter franchise, the X-Men franchise,
These are all just franchises I've seen like
I know.
10 times.
the
over.
Star Wars franchise,
I think I've seen it like maybe once or twice.
Star Trek, Batman. What else we got? Marvel Cinematic Universe, obviously, James Bond, and then this one, which I really like, Godzilla,
The Godzilla.
running from 1954 all the way to King of the
How
Monsters.
many movies is those?
There's a lot. 35. 35 movies to watch.
Yeah.
This is cool too because they have it broken down to total runtime.
Mm-hmm.
It's a total of 2 days, 13 hours, and 39 minutes
What?
for all the Godzilla movies.
I definitely watch that shit.
Yeah.
Not straight though.
But to all our listeners at home, do you have any recommendations for them?
Well, we already said Honey Boy and Booksmart.
Yeah.
This is why I fail you sometimes, bro. I'm not prepared. I knew we were going to do this, and I didn't look anything up.
Well, I mean, just off the top, like, what do you like?
Well, there's also Last Black Man in San Francisco, which is on Hulu,
Which I haven't seen yet.
on Netflix. See, but some of the movies that I like, I just don't think people would be interested in. Like, I would definitely recommend Shadow on Netflix. It's like a martial arts film.
You know what, man? Sometimes people just need to step out of their comfort zone and watch some new shit.
It's also subtitled. It's the same guy who did. I don't know if you saw Flowers of War with Christian Bale.
I actually didn't see that.
Okay, that movie I believe got shitted on by the critics. It's a heavy movie.
Is it?
But I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
It's the same director, and this is kind of him going back to form.
Mm-hmm.
I believe he did the hero films with
with Jet Li.
Jet Li. Yeah. But it's a gorgeous film. Also, what else? I mean, Irishman. If people haven't seen it by now.
I mean, you got the time.
You got time.
3.5 hours.
No
you got the
excuses.
time. You got no
definitely-
excuses now.
But yeah, what about you?
In terms of movies, well, now that you can watch it, The Way Back. Definitely check it out. It's well worth the money, I think, at least in my opinion. 1917, if you haven't seen it, now you can check it out.
Okay, so boom. So popular movies on Hulu. So here are some that I'm going to pick. If you haven't seen A Quiet Place by now, go see A Quiet Place.
Yes.
Okay. Fighting with My Family. Definitely go see.
Yeah, I think that's a movie that not a lot of people saw. It's a gem, man. It's really fucking good.
It's a great film. It's about Paige, the was WWE star, and pretty much her rise to fame and her story, and it's a really good movie. Bro, fantasy is bullshit. We're into hard sci-fi.
I'm into hard sci-fi. Fantasy is bullshit.
We just saw Annihilation with Josh, but we've seen it many times. If you want to get mind fucked, go watch Annihilation and then go watch Devs, which is also on Hulu. It is a sci-fi show created by Alex Garland.
Done by the same guy, yep.
Yeah, and man, it is something. So definitely go check that out.
I got a recommendation.
What's up?
6 Underground.
Where was I? A Simple Favor. These are some older films. Definitely see A Simple Favor. That's a really good one. So that's some Hulu gems for you. Creed 2's on there. Oh, Loose. We spoke about Loose.
Yeah.
Bro, possibly, if there's a character that you just want to punch in the face, that character in Loose is definitely up there.
Really?
Yeah, he's just such a condescending asshole. And you just want to like fucking kick him in the gut. But it's a great performance, and it's a solid movie. It is a very solid movie. So some of the Martin Moreno recommendations for you.
For Netflix, if you haven't seen Dolomite Is My Name yet,
a gem. Fucking gem.
Well worth checking out. If you want to see Eddie Murphy being Eddie Murphy,
back to form, and it's
so
just
damn good.
Filled with so much heart. It's very genuine. A lot of
and it's about the movie industry. So,
it's a lot of love, and it's just a really good feel good movie.
And then you were mentioning Devs and Annihilation. Ex Machina is on Netflix.
Ex Machina is on Netflix.
Yeah.
All right, so then, so watch Ex Machina, get fucked.
Yeah.
Not like Netflix and chill, like mind fucked.
Like mind fucked.
Yeah. And then go watch Annihilation, and then watch some Devs. Another movie that's on Hulu that I might have told you once or twice is a little film called Wild Rose, which is one of my favorite films of last year. Jessie Buckley is a star. I still got money on her blowing up once everything settles down, but it's essentially a country singer from Glasgow, I believe, just trying to make it big. It's a nice little inspirational story. But yeah, Hulu's got some fucking gems, my guy. I'm just running through these and I'm like, God damn.
Yeah, and then since every day for us now feels like it's the same thing, for a classic, check out Groundhog Day. Groundhog Day's on Netflix.
Seriously.
Check that out, man. We can all relate to Bill Murray in that.
Oh, yeah. And some also, like a good heartfelt one is Instant Family with Mark Wahlberg and Rose
Oh yeah, I gotta check that out. I heard that was like way better than what you would expect.
It was a nice surprise.
Yeah.
I saw it with my mom. And it was a really nice surprise. It's a fun little good felt film.
And then I have a big one. This is for TV though.
Boom, boom, boom.
So on Amazon Prime,
I think I know what you're gonna say, but go ahead.
3 seasons are on there now. Mr. Robot. Mr. Robot is by far the best show that nobody fucking watched. And now it's available for you to watch. You have the time. Just dive into it. Don't watch any trailers. Don't know what it's about. Just go in blind and prepare to have your world rocked. And if you're worried about, it pulling a Game of Thrones and having a shitty ending, at least for us and majority of people that's seen it, it does not. It's well written. It knows exactly where it wanted to go, and when it wraps up, it's so satisfying.
Kick in the balls.
It's a kick in the balls, but
it's emotional, but a very good story.
It's a very it's emotional. It's a lot. It's a heavy show, but it's very good.
Netflix sucks. There's like nothing good on Netflix. I'm like running through this.
Wow.
I feel like some of this.
Martin just called Netflix trash.
Yeah, but I feel like some of like the major movies like Inception or
Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of stuff on there that if you haven't seen, what are you doing? Like A Dark Knight's on there. If you haven't seen Dark Knight yet, what are you doing?
Watch it already. If you haven't seen Inception, watch Inception.
Like Goodfellas. Like if you haven't seen Goodfellas, watch Goodfellas. Hell or High Water's on there,
which is a fantastic film.
Yep.
Oh, there's actually 2 movies on there. I don't know if you've seen them. Creep and Creep 2 with Pete Duplass.
I heard about them.
You haven't seen them though?
I know kind of how those movies play out and what happens.
They're
and,
really good.
Yeah.
It's not like there's some horror movies I would recommend to you. Some I wouldn't.
No, I know. I know this is good. It's
this
just
is definitely one that I would recommend.
It's just.
to people.
I mean, like it's called Creep. It is the premise is creepy as fuck.
Yeah, and it's fun though.
Yeah,
that's my shit. Another good one that's in there is Hush.
Oh yeah,
which is like a little bit of like a gem.
Yep, that's what's his name?
Michael Flanagan.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And aside from that, some kind of smaller films like we were saying before. If you haven't seen Her, go watch it. Actually, no, probably don't watch Her because
it's a little freaky,
and it's
especially the way things are gonna go. Soon.
Yeah, and it's also very depressing.
Yeah.
So you don't want to be home alone watching that. Actually, now that I'm looking at it, all these movies are kind of depressing.
Girl, I got another one for you. I've seen it like 30 times. You know what I'm talking about. It's on Netflix.
Seen it 30 times?
Yeah.
6 Underground?
No, not 600.
Batman Begins? Dark Knight?
No. And it's always on there. And you're like, bro, why are you watching this again?
Oh, Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen Spider-Verse yet, just because it's animated, don't let that stop you. It's probably the best Spider-Man movie.
Agree to disagree. It's definitely top 3.
Yeah.
But it's fantastic. It's a really good film. Oh, Drive is on Netflix too. Inglourious Bastards.
I mean, Marriage Story.
Marriage Story. Some of these are like depressing though.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of like a fun, like see, like for example, like Booksmart is fun, Wild Rose is fun, Instant Family is fun. Like these are kind of like
I gotta watch Ingrid Goes West. Yeah, we're watching that, and then I have to watch Big Time Adolescence just got put on there recently with Pete Davidson.
Yeah, I want to see that too.
I think that that premiered last year at Sundance, and apparently it got some really nice accolades.
What are like your top? Could you like comfortably or confidently say like your top 5 films of like all time?
Of all time?
Yeah.
No, and I was actually thinking about this when we were watching Blade Runner 2049. I was like, if I had to put a top 10 together, could I do it? And I was like, I'd be leaving out so many classics,
Blade 2049
so many masterpieces.
Top 10?
It's definitely in my top 10 for the decade.
For the decade,
in terms of like all time. When it comes to all time, I usually revert back to the movies I grew up watching as a kid. So you have like Terminator 2, you have Aliens,
right.
Obviously a lot of Cameron stuff, and then comedies like Animal House, Caddyshack, not Avatar. And then just like Die Hard, like all that stuff that I grew up with as a kid is just like so embedded into my head that like that is what I always revert back to.
Right. No, I'm like that too. Like Alien, Jurassic Park.
Yeah, like Heat, like those types of.
But you say Heat is like probably your favorite of all.
Heat might be my all-time favorite.
Which
movie,
blew my mind when you told me that. I didn't know that at all.
And if you ask me why, I probably couldn't tell you. It's just there's certain movies that just hit me a certain way, and they just if I have like a checklist for what a movie has to do right. It's one of those movies that just checks all those marks.
Okay, so if anyone's making a movie for Niz, you want to know what to do, you gotta have 2 Italian actors, crazy shootout, emotional death at the end, a really cool score. Right. That was actually something fun though, because I remember when you did your composition video, which is really good. People need to check it out. It's a really good video. You did a good job with that. But that score, I had no idea it was from Heat.
Yeah.
So the second I heard it, I'm like, oh, that's where you fucking got it from.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
And then I was thinking about like things that we could talk about like going forward, since we have like nothing to talk about really. Like there's no new movie news that's coming out anytime soon. But
except
like,
everything's getting delayed.
Everything's getting delayed pretty much. And this episode was a little on like the downer end, so I kind of want to do like the next couple stuff, like try to keep it as fun as we possibly can. I feel like we could talk about what our favorite scenes are. What favorite performances, different things like that.
Oh boy, it's gonna require a lot of research, a lot of rewatching movies. But we don't got anything else to do, so might as well.
Yeah. All right. Well, it wasn't our most happy episode, in our early career as podcasters, but it's just one of those things that everyone's kind of going through right now. The thing I would say to anybody that's listening is just stay safe, stay inside. Don't do anything stupid. Be careful.
Don't lick toilet lid seats like some people did, and now they all have the coronavirus. So.
Coronavirus!
But yeah, just be careful, be wary, and just
watch a lot of movies, man.
Watch a lot of movies, so we can talk some more, and you can agree or disagree with us.
Yeah. And honestly, if any of you guys want to disagree or converse with us on movies, comment on our videos.
Comment on our Twitter.
We want to talk to people, and no one wants to talk to us.
I mean, it's okay. We can. Yeah.
Talk to us. We're lonely.
We are lonely. We're like, the Simpson GIF when he goes outside, he's like throwing the frisbee like back and forth.
And Milhouse is like running the other side.
That's like us. But yeah, watch movies. Step out of your comfort zone. If you
Man, check some new shit out. Now's the time.
check out some. I finally got you to watch Train to Busan not too long ago, and
so good.
and you really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
So watch international films. And yeah, enjoy. Right now is the time to dive deep into those streaming services.
Yeah.
Like, look, Tiger King is cool and all, and it's fun and it's hot right now. But like, do you really want to go watch another like long series? Watch a movie.
Well, we also say that without having seen it yet, so we could see it in next
We're
episode.
probably going to be fucking
next
trapped.
episode. Yeah, probably.
We're gonna watch the first episode and we'll be like, what?
Just run it through.
If Devs came out all at once,
Yeah.
that shit would have been
Oh, it would have
crushed.
been done already.
Like in one sitting,
Yeah,
we definitely would
would've
have
been
gone
done
through
already.
that. So
Absolutely.
But actually, yeah. So do you?
Yeah,
do
do
whatever
you.
is best for you.
but
check out
also check out some new shit.
check out Wild Rose. That's like, okay. If you want to give one recommendation, just one, just one.
Just one.
Which one would you give out?
Mr. Robot.
Motherfucker, I'm talking about movie, not like TVs. I just said don't watch TV.
You just said don't watch TV?
Not don't watch TV, but like don't sit. Whatever. Okay, fine. Mr. Robot, you'll go TV. I'll go film.
TV. Yeah.
All right, you'll go film. You'll go TV.
Yeah.
I'll go film. So I'll say watch Wild Rose. Okay. I'll definitely say that. It's a fun movie. Came out last year. And it's got a good soundtrack. Booksmart also has a killer soundtrack.
Booksmart does. I've been listening to it. It's really good.
Fucking awesome soundtrack. Perfume Genius, Slip Away.
Mm-hmm.
When that song came on, I told you, I'm like, fucking love this song.
Also, movie that just came out that is now available to purchase. What would you pick?
Oh, definitely The Way Back and Onward.
Yeah.
I actually really, I think the more I think about Onward, the more I enjoy it.
Same with me.
And like I said, it's about a guy who's never met his dad. So right off the bat, most relatable Pixar film that they've put out.
But also too, it's a movie about brothers, and the fact that we have brothers. It's just we just automatically relate to it.
And that's the part that hit me the most when I don't want to spoil it, but I'm like, God damn it, Pixar, why do you do this? But yeah, definitely Onward and Way Back. And on Hulu, check out Wild Rose and Booksmart. Those are my top 2 recommendations. And Honey Boy, I'll give it 3 recommendations. Honey Boy on Amazon Prime, Wild Rose on Hulu, and Booksmart on Hulu. But definitely Honey Boy for sure.
Honey Boy for sure.
Honey Boy is fantastic.
Honey Boy is fantastic.
Yeah. And it's not long. It's like 90 minutes.
Yeah. Thank you guys for watching. As always, please subscribe, comment, like.
Hit us up on the Twitter. Slide into our DMs. We don't mind
Slide into our
it.
DMs a little bit. We are at FN_nerds. Thank you guys for watching. And again, please stay safe. Please take all the proper precautions. Do what you gotta do. But, just...
Yeah, be safe.
Be safe.
Number 1, be safe. All right? And we'll catch you guys next time.